This is Madden 17 on EA Sports. A pair of tight ends will be on the field today looking to do whatever it takes to give their team an advantage. It's Graham's Seahawks going up against Safarian Jenkins' Buccaneers. So now let's head a couple hours west of us on Interstate 4 to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa as we say hello to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Two teams that came into the NFL together back in 1976. The Seahawks and Bucs are underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. That penalty is declined.
One receiver left, two to the right. Now Wilson on first down. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 there. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard. Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now the first carry for Doug Martin. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Jameis to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The target that time was Vincent Jackson, and it's 3rd and 5.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
Running for it, here's Martin. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
And when you think about the history of Buccaneer football, it used to be Mike Allstott in short yardage situations. Now it's Doug Martin, and he gets those legs churning here, and they'll wind up converting on 4th down.
A first down throw for Winston. And Austin Safarian Jenkins has it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
First down, here's the run with Martin. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Ready, 525,
2nd down, Winston. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Ready.
Throwing, Winston. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
We talk all the time about how important it is to have leverage in blocking. It's also a big part of policing up gaps. Did you move someone out of the A gap? Did you move him out of the B gap in order to create space for your guy to run?
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Hit as he threw it. Charles, that ball's got to come out quicker.
It does, and the way that happens, know where you need to go with the ball in pre-snap. Has to read the coverage, has to have a great idea so he knows he can get rid of it right now to an open receiver.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And they will take over at the 29-yard.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
One receiver to the left is Evans. Now Jameis on second down. And that's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away. A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter, and they've got it here with a first down. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. And they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it with Martin. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
They might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit Pater, but they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. Martin. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right.
And a loose football. Rawls loses it. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right, it's been that. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Doug Martin taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Our eyes shift to the defense of the Buccaneers now. They recovered the fumble last time. 3 turnovers for them in this game. They've been, that word opportunistic comes to mind, right?
Exactly right. And you know guys on defense, they say the turnovers, and offensive guys call them turnovers. We call them takeaways.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Luke Wilson, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Tackle made by Brandon Browner. And the head coach...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Partner, the head coach is out of challenges now for the rest of the game. I'm not too sure he wouldn't like to have a few more challenges in his pocket.
And when they first started challenges in the NFL, people were wondering what's the right amount.
Yeah, I'm not sure that there's a flat-out determination, but I do like where we are because I think it does leave strategy in the game, and the head coach has to make a decision about when exactly is the right time to pull the challenge flag. When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Now a second down throw for Winston. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Lewis Murphy, 55 Sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
To return, this is Doug Baldwin. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola. And then, of course, to Stanford. And, boy, he's been good. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. The grab made by Kearse over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. Rawls, the lone man, in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up 1st downs.
The offense staring at a 3rd and 12 here. Wilson now off the bootleg. He finds his man, Baldwin. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front as we will toss. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Second down now after the pass completion. One man in the backfield, that's Martin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Earl Thomas, a defensive guy that can make things happen.
Arguably the best center fielder in the game today. He patrols the middle of the field with speed and with fury.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. On first and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to take a shot. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin from 21 yards away. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He's got the hook up here to Vincent Jackson. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down, Winston. And he hits his target. This is Luke Stocker. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. So the offense has it first and 10. One receiver to the left is Evans. Now Winston. Incomplete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good enough for a Tampa Bay first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And that is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On second down, Martin. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Now Sims. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now Winston on 4th down. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. 11 yards on the pickup, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. One receiver to the left is Evans. 1st down, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Being chased out left. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Ready? Move ready.
Oh, Jada, turn that down, bro. Bro, I have a mic in right now. What are you talking about? Can you hear me? There we go. No.
These are mine.
You see me using them.
I know, but I need them because you told me to turn them down.
Well, you have to wait.
You can't hear that. Yes, you can. It's right there.
So you can hear me? All right. Watch this. Watch this. Come on, Jemiah. You ready?
Winston from the gun on 3rd down.
Let's go. Get off of me, boy.
Tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Right.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they
Why am I
catch
already
it,
at 4th
and then
down?
they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run
quiet,
after
Mama.
catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a 1st down.
Yeah,
you mean I
stopped
gotta
him in
wait?
his tracks.
I'm not
Winston
waiting.
with a
I'm getting
gain
that
to
1st down.
Martin.
I'm getting.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled
Right.
back now in Tampa. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive.
Come on.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Where you take guard the
Here's
touchdown?
Martin. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard
I'm
line.
about to score.
It'll be a pickup
I'm about
of
to
10
score.
yards.
I'm about to
And that'll
score.
make it 2nd and goal. That's what they wanted out of that 1st
Blitz.
down
I want
play.
you to
Run it
blitz.
down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
Blitz
The
out.
only
You
thing that
be on
would have
that.
been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go.
Look now.
Save it a little
Hold
bit,
it, hold it,
but I
hold it.
run right back at them.
What?
And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the
Madden.
1. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Doug Martin, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the fourth. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, willing to make the call.
Touchdown.
Already had it lined up.
That's good.
And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game.
No new friend.
And boy, figure this one out. Leading here in the fourth, and now they're going to try an onside kick.
Yeah, man. That's how I play. Oh, give me the ball back.
And the Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams,
get that out of my house.
10% of the time you win the game.
Lockdown.
I'm still waiting to see that
Lockdown.
number is empirical. On any passes in the middle of the field,
down.
What
are you doing? All you do is snap.
That is probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Look at you. Your timer now. Look at you.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. The veteran linebacker Darryl Smith there to bring him down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level run.
And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle.
Madden.
And cuts out right side
Madden.
line. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Thomas Rawls, 35 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Now I'm going to join my friend party real quick.
Here in the fourth. All right, now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt. Wilson gonna throw for it.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Take it down. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's at the 30.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get it. Hey. Hey. Let's get it.
It's a pick two, if you will, as head play back.
Wait, I only get 2 points?
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that
beautiful
chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
Yeah,
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like,
oh. Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. Mike Bennett in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
If you don't hurry up. You. I'm about to score you.
Now a play fake to Martin. Here's Winston. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we
you
know
get
this
one pick
defense
six and you
has
think you're good. Shut
athleticism.
up.
Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on.
Bruh! What reason is for this? What reason?
Shut up. Let me go to my frat party.
How many parties are going?
Y'all shut up.
They trash in Warframe.
Defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. All right, now a big two-point
why you going for
conversion
two?
attempt still to
Dang.
come.
No.
On the ground, rolls.
Get down, boy. Get down.
Make it. So they won't be able to move
Good
this lead up to a
pass.
touchdown
No.
as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in
No,
the
that's
air.
the dumb kick. Now watch this.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field. One man on the backfield, that's Martin. Throwing,
Get that.
Winston. Dancing to his left. Over the middle to Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Winston now to throw on first down. Buying time to his left. It's caught inside the 25.
On the third pass, offense.
Time starting to run out here in the fourth. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Winston now. And complete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll give the Bucs a first down. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
I did not mean to do
It's
that.
caught at the 7-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big
And it's
fella
only
runs
1
routes,
second.
it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Back to throw. Forced out to his left.
Psych.
And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Luke Stocker, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the fourth.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and zero relaxation ahead of them, right?
It's not about
Way too
one.
much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part one is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want
Noah came
and
back.
cover it
Now you
well.
see I'm beating him. Right, Noah? You see it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Don't run it.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
That's dumb. You should just take to get my yard.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
You don't know if the 7 yards can be a game.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Look at that drop.
Incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, that's a pick.
And the third down pass falls incomplete.
Yeah.
He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. Now fourth down.
Well, you better go for that field goal. You're fourth and long right now.
One score down. Here we
fourth and
go.
long right now.
They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Oh, my God.
He's back to throw.
Do it.
And Graham's got it.
Oh, Madden.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll be a gain of 11. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. And that's what you got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those fourth down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him.
Take it out. Take it out.
Intercepted. Picked up here by Darryl Smith. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill, trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short. As this is definitely not his best throw.
It's over.
And it'll wind up being intercepted.
It's over for
now
you.
the Buccaneer offense set to take over again.
It's over for you, bro.
To throw,
it's
Winston.
Over for you, bro. Stop playing.
Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. 13 yards there on the pickup.
Nah, I'm scoring.
And the Buccaneers are going to have a first down.
When you execute a drag or crossing around really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Dang, I didn't think you were like that.
Play fake here on first down.
I actually could score, but I threw it away.
So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. One man on the backfield. That's Martin. Throwing. Winston. He'll buy some time right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want,
get in sync,
practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Now Winston. This will be caught just inside the 10.
Hurry, bro, hurry.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
I beat you, dog.
By 3.
I beat you by 3. Let's
At least
go.
I'm close.
Let's go.
At least I'm close.
Let's get it.
At least I'm close.
Let's get it.
At least I'm close.
Let's go.
At least I'm close.
Good game. I'm out, you guys. See you in another video. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment.